What about you, sir? Do you think the colored students will show up?
If I got anything to do with it, they won't show up. Well, I think it's a breaking point of the school integration. I just don't feel that they have a right to go to school.
May 17, 1954, the Supreme Court case issued its ruling in Brown v. Board of Education of Topeka, Kansas case. In this ruling, the court supported Brown's case for desegregation, stating that separate educational system was unequal. In the same year, the Little Rock School Board accepted the Supreme Court decision and began working on a plan for integration. It took 3 years for a plan. It was finally called the Blossom Plan, which was named after the Little Rock School superintendent, Virgil Blossom. He called for gradual integration in 3 phases. During the 1957 through 1958 school year, the senior high school grades 10 through 12 will be firstly integrated. A woman by the name of Daisy Bates ran a black newspaper with her husband that often exposed the injustices in the Southern society. Bates was also the president of the Arkansas chapter of the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, also known as the NAACP. In the winter of 1955, she helped organize 33 black students who wanted to obtain to attend white schools in Little Rock, Arkansas. When problems arose dealing with the amount of students, she narrowed it down just to 9 students. Faced with problems once more, the NAACP filed a suit to the federal court. But in March 1957, the U.S. Court of Appeals ruled that Little Rock had to begin integration that same year. One of the top segregationist organizations during the disintegration of Little Rock Central High School was the Mothers League of Central High School. It was established in August 1957 by Merle Taylor, a Pulaski County salesman, who felt that co-mingling of races was dangerous. In the fall of 1957, Arkansas Governor Orval Faubus felt that enforcing integration or the bringing together of different races would create chaos. Faubus placed Arkansas's National Guard at Central High School in Little Rock, instructing them to turn away the 9 black students who were supposed to attend that school under the federal ruling. September 2, 1957, the National Guard prevents students from entering school due to the advisory from the governor, declaring that the state was under a state of emergency. September 9, 1957, Martin Luther King Jr. in a telegram writes to President Eisenhower and the federal government to tell them to take a strong, forthright stand in this Little Rock situation. He also goes on to warn them that if they fail to take a strong, positive stand at this time, it will set back the process of integration back 50 years. He also says that to Eisenhower that this is a great opportunity for the federal government to back up the longings and aspirations of millions of people of goodwill and make law and order a reality. All the 9 students were advised by Superintendent Blossom through the NAACP that their attitudes and behaviors should model that of Jackie Robinson, the very first baseball player in the major leagues. The power and determination of the civil rights activists Martin Luther King Jr. and Daisy Bates has pushed President Eisenhower to use force to integrate Little Rock Central High School in Little Rock.
Such an extreme situation has been created in Little Rock. This challenge must be met, and with such measures as will preserve to the people as a whole their lawfully protected rights in a climate permitting their free and fair exercise. In the present case, the troops are there pursuant to law solely for the purpose of preventing interference with the orders of the court.
Due to the fact that President Eisenhower believed that Governor Faubus had challenged his authority, Eisenhower placed the National Guard under his federal command, along with the addition of Division 101 against his authority. The president sent soldiers to protect these 9 students from angry rioters. Finally, on September 23, 1957, the students were finally able to get into the school using the entrance of a back door. September 25, 1957, King commends President Eisenhower for his positive and forthright stance to use force to integrate Little Rock Central High School. And now, 57 years later, the courageous efforts of the Little Rock Nine are still celebrated as one of the most defining chapters in Little Rock's history, and one of the earliest victories in a long overdue civil rights movement.